A Japanese military truck rumbled down the street, completely oblivious to the man clinging to its undercarriage. He was a Chinese soldier. Suddenly, several sharp steel rods jutted out from the road surface. As the truck rolled over them, there was no place for him to hide. His back was sliced open viciously. He gritted his teeth against the searing pain, not making a single sound, even as his flesh and blood curled and oozed from the gaping wound. Blood dripped from the truck's underbelly onto the pavement. The vehicle soon came to a halt. Ikeda climbed down and strode toward the city wall. With his knife, he chiseled off a highly representative brick. He turned to head back, but as he approached the truck's rear, his eyes were suddenly snagged by the trail of blood on the ground. He stashed the brick in the truck bed, then knelt down and followed the bloodstains to the underside of the vehicle. A brutal scuffle erupted between the two men. Patrolling Japanese soldiers in the distance quickly spotted the commotion, sounded the alarm, and charged over. Meanwhile, in the cellar, Old Jin and his family found the note the soldier had left behind. It revealed that his younger brother had been brutally killed by the Japanese army. With nothing left to lose, Old Jin rushed out of the photo studio, resolved to fight to the death. He would take on Ikeda himself, ensuring Ah Chang wouldn't be replaced, and buying the photo studio one more day of safety. In the chaos of the fight, Ikeda's pistol slid to the interpreter's feet. The interpreter stared down at it, his face expressionless. He neither picked up the gun nor called for help. In that moment, his inaction was a silent act of defiance against the Japanese atrocities. Seizing the opportunity, the soldier looped an arm around Ikeda's neck from behind and slammed him hard into the truck bed. Ikeda crumpled to the ground, gasping and yelling for the interpreter to hand him the gun. But the interpreter remained cold and unmoved. Taking advantage of Ikeda's helplessness, the soldier lifted the brick he'd just chiseled off the wall and smashed it down hard on Ikeda's skull. The brick that was meant to be a trophy of the Japanese occupation had first exacted its revenge right there in Nanjing. A flicker of ferocity finally crossed the interpreter's eyes, but the soldier was gunned down by the arriving Japanese troops and sacrificed on the spot. The Japanese soldiers stormed over and slapped the interpreter hard across the face in a fit of rage.
なんで上官殿を助けなかった銃を取れと言われてなんで取らぬ私はただじゃなくて上覚はいい臆病です
He swallowed his overwhelming grief and the newfound ruthlessness stirring within him, forcing himself to play the coward in the most degrading way possible, trading his dignity for a chance to survive. In my opinion, this wasn't an act of cowardice. It was a display of profound, terrifying resilience. Late that night, Yuxiu stumbled back to the photo studio, her face streaked with tears and her lips unnaturally flushed. She claimed she'd just returned from singing for the Japanese, but everyone knew she'd endured far worse than that. The rivers and lakes of Nanjing had long been stained crimson with blood. The Japanese army often stuffed live civilians into burlap sacks, tied the openings tight, and tossed them into the water, leaving them to drown in a slow, agonizing suffocation. On this day, they herded a large group of civilians to the riverbank, surrounding them with soldiers and officers. The interpreter held a megaphone, trying to maintain order, completely unaware that his own wife and child were among the crowd. His wife spotted him and called out his name at the top of her lungs, but he turned away just as she did and never heard her voice. The Japanese army had invited a Taoist priest to chant incantations. Then, every single Japanese soldier saluted in the direction of Tokyo.